Hello and welcome back to art class. Today we're going to wrap up our rainbow turkeys. So we should have a few items. You should have a rainbow picture that goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. That should be all dry. You should have a brown piece of paper like this. You will need a pair of scissors. You will need a pencil. You will need some crayons, a small scrap of paper like this, if you notice about how big it is. We're not even going to use all of this. It's just going to be used for a couple of little things. So a small scrap piece of paper is good. You're going to need a couple stencils. I grabbed a cup because there's going to be a small circle will be for the head. I grabbed a lid. This actually came off a tin, but a small plate or bowl would work. You really want it to be about as big as the brown piece of paper. And then you're going to need something, a really big circle, like a plate. Or this is also a lid from a mixing bowl. Basically anything that's big and round, much bigger than the piece of paper, and we'll explain how to use that in a few minutes. Okay. The ones we are going to need right away are the one that's about the size of the piece of paper and the one that's a cup. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to leave a big open space. And I'm going to trace. That's what your pencil is for. It is okay to have somebody help you hold it down. That's normal. Okay. So there's my circle. Before I do any cutting, I'm going to go ahead and put this circle on there. If I did the other side, see, it's just a little too big, so that's why I have to do the small side. And again, I'm going to trace that. Somebody might need to hold the cup down for you. Like that. Okay, then what I need you to do is cut them out. Something useful a little bit later. We'll deal with the body. Okay, so the big circle is going to be the body. The little circle is going to be the head. Oh, and I just realized there's one more thing you're going to need. You're going to need some glue. Glue is important to this project because it's going to hold everything together. Sometimes glue gets a dried spot on the top, so you got to clean that off. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I don't want the head in the middle. I don't want it up above like this. Actually, you could do it up to above. You could do it above, or you can do it to the side. I'm going to do mine to the side, so it could be above or to the side. It will not look good down. Sorry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put two dots really close together. Remember, dot, dot, not a lot. And I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to hold it and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of drawing, not much. I need a black. So I need to find my black. There it is. And what I'm going to do is, because of my head being off to the side, I should be able to see the wing that's on the side of the bird. So, and it's going to be really easy. It's kind of like a big W with an extra bump. I also want to put two eyes because he's looking at me. Like that. We'll worry about his beak and his gobbler in a minute. So we'll do this. Pretty much done with my black, so we'll do that. Now, what we're going to do is we need a beak. So I'm going to take a orange. I can get it out of my box. There we go. And I'm going to make a triangle. Triangle has 3 sides and 3 corners. And then I'm going to fill it in. Like that. Next, I'm going to very carefully cut my triangle out. Like that. Okay, I'm going to place it right underneath the eyes. Let's see. I think it'll look better that way. Yep. Now, this is pretty small, so I only need like a dot, one dot of glue. Hold it down, counts 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that. Okay. And then the gobbler. It's a red thing that comes out from their neck. And it's kind of a wiggly shape. This one might be a little tricky for you. It's a wiggly shape, kind of like that. And I'm going to go over it in red so you can see it better. Put my orange away so I don't lose it. Okay, so. Now this wiggly shape you may need help with when we cut it out. But if you want to give it a try, go for it. So color this in. I think I even made mine maybe a little too big. Yeah, it looks a little too big, so I'm gonna shrink mine up a little bit. There we go. So, and it almost looks like a tongue. Yep. Okay. I just need a couple of dots on that. Remember, it's not his beak, it actually is underneath his neck. So like this is where his head and neck are joining, so that's why it's glued there. Okay, so that is taken care of. You may want to save this scrap piece of paper. We need to deal with some feathers. Turkeys have big feathers, so that's why we have this color piece of paper. I need you to flip it over to this side, and we're gonna go this way. And that's where this big stencil comes in handy. Okay, so moms and dads, this would be good to watch and make sure that I'm going to do this in a darker marker so you can see this really well. Let's see if my pen here works. Okay, you're doing this in pencil because it'll just be easier for you to erase, but I'm going to do it in something darker so it's easier for you to see. And I'm going to just trace, I'm putting this close to the edge, and then have your student trace it. Like that. So moms and dads, you're going to be doing some lining up. Now, this is the first curve of a feather. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it going the other way. So moms, dads, this is what you do. You line it up for them, and then you let them trace it. Let me see if I can just do this in pencil that's dark. Like that. Okay. Then I'm going to line it up again. Okay. You're going to do parents, mom, and dad. You do the line up. Get their feathers pretty close together. Our hope is to get 4 feathers out of this piece of paper. So mom and dad, you help line it up. And your student does the drawing. Next, we're going to carefully cut on the line. Now, we need to get these feathers to be glued behind our turkey, like that. We don't want them on top because it just doesn't look right. It's going to be glued behind. So this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to take one, just pick one of the colors, doesn't really matter which one. And you're going to put 2 dots, well, 3 dots at the bottom. They're going to be really tiny. And then you're going to pick them up. You're going to hold it together. You're going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. And then you're going to do the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, I'm going to change my order here a little bit. Okay, and then you have your rainbow turkey. Now, the reason why I had you keep this piece of paper is if you would like to draw in your own feet and cut them out, you may. I am not going to require that because honestly, that's a lot of intricate little cutting, and moms and dads could probably help you out with that part. But if you want to just leave it just like this, this is a great picture as well. Okay? I need you to take a snapshot of it like we had before, send it to me, and we'll see you next week.